The police told us they found my missing brother. They didn't. When I was 7, my 5-year-old brother Daniel went missing. The police did a massive investigation with Daniel's face on every newspaper, and my parents crying on the news begging for information, but they never found him. The case went cold after a year, and my parents told me we needed to move on. After that, I was punished if I even mentioned Daniel's name. He's gone, my father would say if I brought him up. Talking about it won't bring him back. We just pretended he never existed, but I thought about him constantly, hiding photos under my bed and trying to draw what he might look like as he got older. 10 years after his disappearance, we got a call from the police saying they'd picked up a homeless teenager in Spain who claimed to be Daniel. My parents packed immediately, and we flew out to meet him. The embassy had him waiting in a small room, skinny and scared looking with bleached hair and nervous eyes. As soon as my parents saw him, they started sobbing and saying, "That's our baby," over and over. My mother grabbed his face and kissed his forehead while my father kept repeating, "Thank God, thank God." The kid looked close enough to my drawings that I convinced myself my doubts were just paranoia. This had to be Daniel. We brought him home, and for 4 weeks we tried to adjust to life with Daniel again. We did morning talk shows about our miracle reunion, showed him family photo albums, introduced him to relatives who cried and hugged him, but things kept feeling wrong. He'd stare at the pictures like he was memorizing them, asking strange questions about which doors locked from the inside and where we kept important documents. "Just trying to remember everything," he'd say when I asked why. I caught him going through my father's desk drawers at 3 in the morning, and when I asked what he was doing, he said he was looking for memories. He knew facts about our family, but not feelings. Could list Daniel's allergies, but couldn't remember our inside jokes. His eyes were brown when Daniel's had been blue, but my parents said trauma could change eye color. He spoke with an accent he claimed came from years of captivity. One night, he sat on my bed and asked me to tell him everything about the day Daniel disappeared. Watching my face so intensely, it felt like he was looking for something specific. "What did Mom and Dad do when they realized I was gone?" he asked. "Did they call the police right away? Did they search anywhere specific first?" The questions made my skin crawl. Eventually, I found Daniel's old dental records in a box in the attic and compared them to this kid's teeth. Nothing matched. Not one filling, not the chipped tooth Daniel got from falling off his bike. I brought the records to the police station and begged them to investigate. They called my parents, who were furious, screaming that I was destroying our family, but the detective had already started making calls. The next day, right in the middle of my parents insisting this was Daniel, the kid raised his hand and said, "I need to tell the truth. I'm not Daniel." The detective leaned forward as my parents went completely still. He was actually a 23-year-old con artist who'd been impersonating missing children across Europe for years. "My name is Vincent," he said. "I'm from France. I've done this 12 times before." He'd seen Daniel's case in a missing persons database and claimed to be him when police picked him up to avoid other charges. But here's where it got terrifying. "Your parents knew I wasn't him the second they saw me," he said, looking straight at me. "Dead kids don't come back, and they knew it. I look nothing like your brother, but they started crying with relief anyway. There's only one reason parents would do that. They know their real son isn't coming back because they know exactly where he is." My parents started screaming denials. My father actually lunged at the imposter before the detective held him back. "You're insane!" my mother shrieked. "You're trying to hurt us because we discovered what you are." The imposter kept talking, calmly, like he'd been thinking about this for weeks. "They've been coaching me every single day, teaching me to be Daniel, desperate for me to convince everyone. Your mother made me practice his laugh for hours. Your father gave me a script of childhood memories to memorize. They need me to be him so people stop looking for the real one. Whatever happened to your brother, they were involved." My mother was sobbing that he was a liar trying to destroy our family, but the detective's face had changed completely as he watched my parents' reactions. "We're going to need to search your property," he said quietly. The police searched our property with cadaver dogs that afternoon and found Daniel's remains under the concrete foundation of our new garage. Hidden in our basement wall, they found my father's written confession, describing how Daniel had discovered his illegal substances, how he'd struck him with a piece of rebar in panic, how my mother had helped hide the body. The imposter had been right about everything just from watching how desperately they'd needed him to be their son. My parents were arrested that night and both got life sentences without parole.